welcome back to our channel. I am on my way to the orthodontist first and the dentist shortly after. I believe I told you on this channel, when I went to the dentist a couple weeks ago, I was getting a cleaning and the dentist knocked out my filling that I had on my right bottom. So today's the day that I got to get a filling done, but I need to have my braces off, the bracket or the wire, whichever one, off so that the dentist can get in there. And what we doing? Oh, thank you. So the dentist can get in there and clean, right? So I gotta go. And the great thing is that my orthodontist literally, so they're like in this, like, I don't know what to call it, not cul-de-sac, but you know, they're in the strip mall, so to speak, layout where there's different businesses. And so they need to get that piece before it flies off and hits somebody's car. Let me show y'all. Okay, can y'all see that little piece right there that's hanging from this tower thing right there? Y'all see that? Yeah, they need to get that before somebody sue, because I don't know if that's like a piece of, I don't know what material that is clearly, but if it's hard and that hits somebody's car and damage somebody's car, somebody gonna be suing the city and get lots of money. Anyway, the orthodontist and the dentist are like literally next door to each other. So the orthodontist is over here, walk, and the dentist is over here. So that's the great thing about having both people close to each other. So the appointments are back to back. So I have to go to the orthodontist first, have them take the stuff off, and then go to my dentist, have them do what they do, and then go back to the orthodontist and have them put the brackets or wire back on. I had to do like a half a day type of thing, so I only worked from 8 to 1 today. Not bad. So, but the crazy thing is, when I was brushing my teeth before, you know, I left out, my bracket came off the front bottom. I'm like, perfect timing, because I'm going to the orthodontist so they can fix it. But I'm so over these braces, and I told y'all last time, I am so over these braces. I'm at my wit's end with them. And the bottom, so my bottom braces and my top braces in the very front have never came off this whole time. But I'm like, shoot, my bottom brace was probably like, listen, we done been here too long, I can't hold on no more. And it came off, so I don't know, but I'm just gonna have them fix that. Anyway, on another note, so, you know, somebody was like, they couldn't wait for Amara, they said they couldn't wait for the Amara show, Amara's World, I think they said, because of the last vlog. Listen, my daughter is a hoot, y'all. Oh, I said the wrong date. I corrected myself the second time, but I said it was February 25th. Listen, that lets you know my mind is everywhere, okay? It's not even the 25th in real time. Today's only the 23rd. But the last vlog, I said it was the 25th. Lord have mercy. Anyway, my daughter, yes, she's a mess. She's a hoot. But she bad, okay, y'all? I go and put some lotion on my hands. Tell me why my daughter put water in the lotion. Listen, my child is one of those destructive kids that she sneaks into the refrigerator. She eats stuff. She had whipped cream everywhere, chocolate everywhere. She goes into the corner, okay, and she goes and sneaks food out of the refrigerator and go in the corner and eat it, okay. She or she'll hide it under a bed or something like that. You're like, Omar, what you doing? Nothing. Okay, you could be sitting down somewhere. You're like, what is this sticky? Amara, Okay, I go in there to put some lotion on my hands, and the lotion, that particular lotion, is pretty thick. And I'm like, why is it so thin? And I shake it, it's a little heavy. I said, I pour it, it's water. I said, you know what? It's like she's one of those children that you don't see or realize what she did until days after. I never knew she had water in the lotion. So I don't even know when she did that. This is why we have locks on our doors. We have locks on the bathroom door, like the lock up, you know, at the top where she can't reach. I had a lock on my bedroom door because, you know, when we all in the front, you know, I work from home, obviously you guys know. And so my desk and my computer stuff is in the front, in the living room. And my mom's computer's in the living room. So nobody's in the back to watch her. And this is when she used to stay at home. When she wasn't going to daycare or whatever. You know, we will put the lock on the door on my bedroom door because so that she won't go into the room and destroy nothing while we can't see. And so I don't know what ended up happening, but the lock, I don't know, got busted somehow, so it's not on there anymore. But yeah, we got a lock to the pantry because she goes in there and, you know, grab food and snacks and stuff. The girl she is just rambunctious, okay? The girl is just, she is like no other. I don't understand what I did wrong. You know, that the Lord has blessed me with a destructive child that works all of my nerves. Anyway, something else I wanted to talk about. Okay, so every single day I'm learning something about myself. Well, mostly every single day I'm learning something about myself, which you should, right? And I am learning more and more that I do not like to interact with humans. No, that doesn't mean I want to interact with animals, but what I'm saying is I don't like to, I'm an introvert at heart. I don't like to talk to people. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I wasn't going to say, but whatever. Who cares? Who watches this? It's no secret. I have an interview, right, for a job tomorrow. And the job description, right, I'm reading over it again. I scheduled the interview last week, but I'm reading over it. And it's very detailed, right? And it's for a virtual assistance position. And, you know, you'll be doing a lot of administrating, data entry work. I think it was, you know, managing and scheduling people's appointments, booking flights, and, you know, just doing a lot of administrative work, right? Very detailed, very specific. And see, I don't want that kind of responsibility. Listen, I know a lot of people can relate, but I'm just gonna speak for myself. I am one of those employees where I don't like to do a lot of work. I don't, because listen, okay, again, I'm learning a lot about myself, and what I have learned about myself, and I think I talked to my therapist about this, I don't like responsibility. I don't like responsibility. What that means is I don't like to be held accountable for something going wrong, because that weighs heavy on me. And it's crazy because I have 2 children. That's my biggest responsibilities, right? Go figure. But I don't like responsibility. I don't like to be held accountable for somebody else or for something going wrong and people being mad at me for it. It's just too much for me to handle, right? And so with the details of that job, it just seemed like it's a lot. And with any kind of job where you are like management is not for me. I've tried it as far as like tried to become a manager. I was the CEO of my own organization, and clearly that didn't work out because I don't like to be in charge or have to deal with other people's personalities. I don't have to deal with other people's functionalities and you know, performances. I don't like to be, you know, I just rather deal with me. I'd rather deal and count on me. I'm just a me person. I really am. I don't like to have to deal with you and discipline you or call you out or have to confront you for what you're not doing, because then things can escalate, okay? And I'm a person that I'm on defense mode and I get an attitude and I'm ready to go at you. I know I gotta work on it, mind your business, but I'm very much that person. I don't like for things to escalate and get out of hand because now I'm ready to chew your head off. And I know that about myself, right? It's kind of like, you know if somebody is hot-headed, or you know if somebody is not to be messed with and not to be played with, so you better not mess with them. That's me, right? And to avoid me getting to that level or allowing people to get me to that level, I just rather not interact with you. I'd rather not deal with you, right? So I say that to say the job is very detailed, and I don't want to be held accountable for any actions or anything that may go wrong. And I don't want that big of a task to have to, you know, deal with, or tasks, because there's several things that you have to do. Now the job, it pays really well, you know, it does pay more than what I'm currently getting paid now, and it aligns with the days and things that I'm looking for. But I say all of that to say I'm battling on if I wanted to attend the interview or not, because I don't, and what I'm trying to learn how to do, right, because in a sense I'm a runner, and what that means is if I know or feel uncomfortable, or I know this may not work out, or I don't even want to indulge in it to find out if it's going to work, I just rather not do it. I'd rather just shut down, leave it, run away. I don't want to deal with it. I'm that girl, right? And so I kind of feel like that. It's like, okay, I just feel like it's not going to work. I don't, you know, but I'm trying to teach myself to not back out of things, because you never know what you're backing out of could be a blessing for you. Just go full force, go with it, take it for what it is, and just see what it's about. And I'm trying to get my mind into that thought process. But then I'm just like, why even play with it? You know, you got a strong feeling about it, right? So I don't know. But I'm just like, I don't want to deal with the interview process. I don't want to talk to people now. I got to, I don't want to do all of that. That is, listen, I can't tell you how many times I always tell myself and say the quote, this is why I need to be a content creator and work for myself. Because I promise you, it's just so fitting for me and my lifestyle and my home to be able to just work for myself and not have to involve with anybody else, not to be involved with anybody. I mean, yeah, content creating, and especially if I work with brands, I'm gonna have to interact. I am gonna have to do some uncomfortable things, but that's a one and done. Like, I don't have to constantly deal with you, right? That's a one and done. All right, do the job, move on. I may never talk to you again. I'm fine with that, right? But just the I don't know. I can't even talk, y'all. I'm just very much an introvert, and I rather not deal with people. And it doesn't say I don't like people. It doesn't say that, you know, I hate people or anything like that. You know, it's just people out there who just rather not deal with the public or deal with people, and they just rather deal with themselves. Because they're either socially awkward, which I feel that I am. Like, I'll say hi, I'll, greet you, I'll talk to you, I'll carry small conversations, but inside is uncomfortable for me, and I feel like I'm forced to be polite, I'm forced to say hi, and I don't want to do that. I just leave me alone. And it may come off mean, right? But that's not the intention. It's just, you are forcing me to come out of my zone of speaking to you, and I don't want to speak. I'm sure somebody can relate to what I'm saying. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, it's a lot of us out there. We just rather not be bothered. Even a simple hello. Because now I gotta be nice, I gotta be courteous, I gotta acknowledge that you're there. Why? Why? And then, because there's a potential that if I do acknowledge that you're there and say hi and all that good stuff, then you may want to carry on a conversation with me. Oh, hell no. You want to talk to me? Oh, no. You have crossed the line, buddy. I just pulled up to my orthodontist, so I'll be back, y'all. I'm so slow. I just got out. It literally took like 2 seconds. They just took out the wire. Oh no, you guys can't. Whatever. I'm so pissed. I'm not pissed. I'm irritated because I get there and I tell her, yeah, you know, we gotta take the wires off or whatever so I can get my filling. And I said, my bracket came off my front tooth when I was brushing my teeth earlier today. She's like, okay, well, we have to schedule another appointment for that because the doctor's not here. For what? Girl, schedule appointment for what? Why? I don't understand. It's like y'all the ones that's doing it anyway. Literally, because I've heard them say that before where they had to schedule an appointment. I mean, they had to, I'm at the den. Ooh, why he just, why he threw that, ooh. Why he threw that dog up there like that? It's two of them? This man just put a dog on the back of his truck, but it's like he threw the dog back there. And it's a pretty big dog. Look. Y'all see those two dogs? The man went back in the pet shop, but it was like he threw the dogs up there. And then, he like flicked at their nose with some bad dog. Like he was mad at them or something. Oh, what is wrong with these people out here? It's just too much going on. But it's like, okay, I've heard them say before that they had to have the doctor there to put on a bracket, or a lot of times when they actually put on my bracket, the doctor has to come over there to look at it and then that's it. So the doctor is not the one that's putting on the bracket. It's kind of like if you're in the medical field, from my understanding, a lot of the times it's the nurse that's doing a lot of the work and the doctor is overseeing stuff. Right? Yeah, doctors do work, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the nitty-gritty stuff is mostly the nurses. And so the doctor, the orthodontist, she ain't doing nothing but coming over there looking at, make sure the girl put the position of the bracket right and then leaving. So I gotta schedule an appointment for her to come look at my tooth, and it makes no sense to do all of that. I'm so done with these fucking braces. I'm so done with them. And it's like I'm at my wit's end, and now I gotta wait. I probably gotta come in next Friday, and I'm hoping it don't push back my time even more, because I don't want to continue going without the freaking bracket. So they're gonna say, oh well, you know, now we changed it. Oh. Okay, let me get in here to my dentist appointment, y'all. I really don't even want to do this crap. I don't. I'm sure they're gonna have to put a needle in my gum, numb my gum. Listen, I understand that, you know, some of it's my fault. I get it, right? Actually, no, it's not my fault. I take that back. It's not. I didn't know I was missing a tooth at the bottom. Okay, I didn't get braces because I messed up my tooth or I wasn't taking care of my teeth when I was younger. My mother made sure her kids went to their dentist appointments and everything. I had a gap. If you guys go back to my old videos, you will see I had a gap. I didn't know that was because of a missing tooth. So I have no control over what tooth come in or not. So technically it's not my fault. But let me get in here and I hope I'm not in a lot of pain. I just don't know, y'all. Okay guys, so I've been out of the orthodontist and dentist office. I've been actually sitting in front of Super Target for like probably a good 45 minutes. But everything went well at the dentist office, and then I went back to my orthodontist. They put the bracket, they put the wiring on, and I have to come back next week because the doctor's not going to be there tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day off, but she's not going to be there tomorrow, so I have to come back next week, probably Friday, and get my brackets put back on. Let me see what day, what's next week's the date? Friday. Hopefully they didn't change my schedule at school. At work, to where I have to work because it is towards the end of the month. What day is, what I'm looking for, what am I looking for, what am I looking for, what am I looking for? The calendar. Next Friday is, ooh, the 3rd. Ooh, that's payday. They probably changed my schedule next week. The 3rd and the 4th. I don't know. They probably changed my schedule for next week. I hope they didn't. My job is so stupid. So billing is every last day of the month, right? And that's one of our most busiest times of the year, of the month, I should say. And if your days off fall on towards the end of the month, beginning of the month, they call that a blackout period. So I would say pretty much from like the 26th or so of every month until like maybe the 4th or 5th of every month, they call that a blackout period, where nobody can call off, nobody can request off or anything unless they had previous approval from their managers to have off that day. But they call it a blackout period, where everybody pretty much has to work because it's our busiest time, it's billing, and it's super busy. And so if your days fall off, your days off fall on one of those days within that black off period. I'm sorry, they call it blackout. Either blackout, block off, whatever. Pretty much it's a period of time where you can't call off or whatever. If your days off falls within those days, they switch your schedule. So my normal days are Fridays and Saturdays. The 3rd next week is a Friday. They may change my schedule to where I have to work, I may be off one day in the middle of the week and have to work that Friday or work that Saturday. I hate it. I hate it so much. They don't do it often, I will say. They don't do it a lot. But it's just like, when they do it, it just brings frustration, because it's like, who told you to mess with my stuff? So everything went good with the orthodontist. Everything went good with the dentist. I've been sitting in front of Super Target because I was just trying to maneuver some things. So your girl got her taxes back. Woo, right? But I feel broke. It's like, how do you feel broke when you got taxes? I got my taxes back, all right, and you know, I was just moving money around and putting them in different accounts and stuff like that. And once I got down, I paid off, you know, my credit cards or whatever in full. Even though, let me just say this, okay? Your girl has really been working hard on her credit. I am so proud of myself, like super duper proud of myself. I have been working so hard on my credit, and I'm just so excited about it. And this is how I know that I have been doing a really good job, because I think I told you guys, but anyway, one of my credit cards, you know, they boost me up to like a couple thousand, right? And I was like at 500 limit. They boost me up to a couple thousand. And then another one of my credit cards automatically gave me an increase. And so my credit score went to a different bracket. Like, it's been good, and I'm so proud of myself, y'all, because I never had like horrible credit, right? It was never that, but it wasn't the prettiest, I will say. It was never something that was like, girl, you are in the trenches. But it wasn't something where it's like, okay, I can get this, this, and this, right? I had to work at it. And so I will say that my credit history, like your girl, her bills and stuff been on time for the last 2.5 years with no late payments. Or like, coming from someone who was not able to always make a car payment, and I mean, I was more late than on time with a car payment, okay? I really improved, right? And I'm not ashamed to say any of this, because we all, not all of us, but a lot of people have been through this, where they have tried to work on their credit, and or they, you know, wasn't the best at paying bills on time because they didn't have the money or anything like that. Like, that's a lot of people in this world. So I'm not ashamed to share this with you because I'm human. This is realistic. Like, this is life. And so for someone who had a hard time paying her bills on time and having, you know, the money to pay on time, I've come a long way. I've come a long way, and I will always say this, that the pandemic has really helped me. And it's crazy that what took away from a lot of people helped me. So the pandemic took a lot from people, especially finances. Number one was finances. It took away from a lot of people, but for me, it helped me a whole lot. It helped me get on track with a lot of things in my life financially. I would be lying if I said the pandemic was not one of the best things that happened for me. And I hate to say that because it was a horrible thing that happened. A lot of people died. A lot of people got sick. A lot of people were affected financially. For me, it was a good thing. And I'm sure it was a good thing for a lot of people too, because people were able to pay their bills. The extra money that we got from unemployment, that helped me tremendously. And I've said this before, that has helped me move here to Texas. I would not have been able to move here to Texas had I not had that extra money. I was able to save $7,000 to move here to Texas. Okay, I was able to save, that was unemployment mixed with taxes. I would have not been able to save that money, save that amount of money had it not been for the pandemic. And so it was truly a blessing for me. And the fact that I've been able to stay afloat with my bills, I never want to go back. And so when I say that, you know, how do I have my taxes and I'm broke? It's like, okay, I put away my money, right? I have several different accounts. Get out of my business. But I have several different accounts in with different banks. And so I put my money out, save my money, put it up, right? My main account that I, you know, have, that I use pretty much every day or whatever, is you know, what is the lowest out of the other banks, because you're supposed to, from my understanding and for what I've known, you technically supposed to have more in your savings than your checking, right? And so a lot of my funds are tied up in my savings and other accounts. And my main account that I use, you know, is just for, like, you know, daily purchases or whatever. But anyway, I say all this to say, I'm always trying to make sure I never go back to really struggling and being broke. I always try to make sure I never go back to that. I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like what I went through. I didn't like the struggle of it. I mean, listen, when you can have the freedom of choosing what you want to buy, what you want to wear, what you want to purchase, you know, what you want to eat, and not always have to eat from the dollar menu, like little things like that. It may not seem like a lot to other people, but for a lot of people it does. When you're able to choose and do whatever you want to do and money is not the issue, finally, it's a great feeling. And for the last 3 years, money has not been now, I'm not saying I've just been rolling in the dough and racking up. I'm not saying that, okay? I wish. I'm not on that level yet. But what I will say is that I have been comfortable. Finances have not been at the top of my mind and the top of my list when it comes down to making sure how I'm going to get this, how I'm going to get that. And it is a great feeling because I never was able to feel free like that. And so I want to make sure that I never go back to that feeling of worrying how I'm going to pay this, how I'm going to pay this, you know? So I'm dispersing all of my money everywhere, and I'm just like, okay, I'm cool. You know, I paid off I got 3 credit cards, paid that in full, even though the payments wasn't due yet. You know what I'm saying? I already paid some a couple days ago. a credit tip, okay? I just learned this. And I'm not sure if it worked just yet, but I'm gonna try it. But what I have noticed is that if you make a payment, some of y'all may know, I don't know, but some of y'all may not. If you make a payment towards your credit card, like just put, like, you can pay the minimum or just put some, however much you can towards your credit card before your payment is due, right? Make one payment and then you make another payment before your credit card is due. That will help increase your credit score. I've done that. I've done it maybe once or twice, and I noticed it increased my credit score. So before the due date of my credit card, I will make a payment. It could be like $100, whatever, you know, I have at the time, and then I will make another payment before or the day of my credit card payment is due. I'll pay the balance off, and it increased my credit. So it increased my credit score. So just a tip. I've seen it work for me. You know, but anyway, so I have just been able to stay afloat, and I'm so proud of myself for being able to do that. So I'm just constantly thinking in my head, and especially with me trying to now find another job, because I don't even know if I'll talk to you guys this, but I had talked to my boss again, and I told her, like, listen, I can't come in. I cannot come in to the office. Officially next week they are making people come into the office 1 day a week, and I can't do it. And so I told her, like, listen, I understand the consequences. I know that's going to affect my employment here, but I'm not gonna be able to do it. And so, you know, she pretty much was honest with me. She said, okay, you know, you got to do what you got to do. She said, you may need to really have something secure by probably the end of March, beginning of April, because every day that you don't come in, they give you points. They give you attendance points for not coming in, per se. And I can't log in, this is the sucky part. So you have to come in into the office, right? If you don't come into the office on the required day, they will not allow you to work from home. So I'm missing out on coins, right? Which and they're going to count that day as a no, I think she's not a no call, no show, but like a regular attendance point for not coming in. Because the required location is in office. I'm like, so I can't even clock in at home? Y'all bogus. But anyway, she said, you know, those points are going to start racking up. So she kind of calculated the points, and she was like, pretty much towards the end of March, beginning of April, you know, you got to make sure you have something secure, because at that point they're gonna probably let you go. And I'm like, okay, you know, that's fine, I understand that. And I was aware of that. But I knew from the beginning when I first got this job, I wasn't going into nobody's office. There are circumstances that are preventing me from doing that, and so it is a must that I stay home and work. And so with me, you know, having to deal with that and making sure I secure another job, it's like, you know, I want to make sure I don't go broke again. And so it's just a lot on my mind right now. I'm just mentally, like, I'm trying not to put myself in that predicament of worrying, because again, I've been financially stress-free for 2.5 years. It has been great. I don't want to stress about it. I have enough on my plate that I stress about already. Now, adding finances is going to send me to the roof, okay? So I'm trying to get a hold of my emotions, and I'm trying to talk to myself to say, listen, Simone, you are not going to put yourself back into that anymore. You are not going to go down that road mentally. You are going to push through. You are going to succeed. You are going to get everything that you're asking God for. So I'm trying to be positive about it, and I'm trying to keep a level head about it. But I will be lying if I didn't say it's in the back of my mind, because I'm the type of person where I need to know what's going to happen. I can't let things linger and try to, depending on what it is. With this and employment and making sure, you know, I got a job and taking care of my kids. And not only that, another reason why, you know, it's kind of boggling my mind is because my mom and my brother are going to move out. You know, the original plan was for us to stay with each other. We moved down here together and stay with each other for about a year or so, right? So everybody get on their feet. A year didn't quite work out, so, you know, everybody needed to stay together longer. But now we're at a point where, you know, my brother has a stable job and he's been with his company for I think a year now. My mom, she has her stable job and she's set. So everybody is financially set in their jobs. Well, not me now. But you know, everybody is set. So what, and they're supposed to be moving out, you know, June or July. So it's imperative for me to make sure all my ducks in a row financially, because once they leave, all those bills are now on me, and that's a lot. Rent alone is a lot, okay? A lot. So yeah, and I'm not moving from this place because I love it. It's a great space for me and the kids. It's more than enough room for us. Everything is close as far as the kids' school, although Josiah is going to be going down there and living with his dad, you know, for a year. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and I'm trying my best not to just let these thoughts consume me. I'm trying to get a hold of it. I'm trying to get a grasp of it. But I would be lying if I said I'm starting to wonder, you know, and I don't want to do that, because I know me. I don't want to do that. That little girl got some cute bell-bottom pants. Those were cute. She got some cute bell-bottom pants. Anyway, but yeah. So I know I have talked y'all ear off, okay? If y'all don't like my talking vlogs, just let me know. I mean, I'm still gonna do them, but this is my way of communication. Like, this is the way I like to talk. Like, this is the way I like to communicate. I don't like to talk to people and humans in person, but I do like to do this, right? I don't have to see none of y'all, right? I mean, you know, and not to sound mean, but you know, this is the way I like to conversate and or is it converse? You know, some people are real figgy about that. I meant to say fickle, but it's not conversate, it's converse, whatever. This is how I like to talk, okay? Where I just let it out. You don't say nothing unless you say something in the comments, but I don't have to like physically interact. You know what I'm saying? You get it? I don't know. But I've talked long enough. I'm about to go in the house. I was actually going to go into Target and Walmart to get some clothes and kind of look at their spring stuff, and I was gonna record tomorrow, but I'm in a mood where it's just like I don't even feel like it. I don't, and I haven't posted it. I told you guys in my other video I didn't have anything post for this week on my last channel. I'm sorry, on my fashion channel. So I would have needed to record tomorrow in order for me to have videos ready for next week. But I'm just not in the mood. And then I have that interview. I still don't know if I'm gonna do it. And then I get my hair done tomorrow. I have a hair appointment. So it's just like, it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to figure this thing out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I don't know. I'm about to play some music, kind of get my mind, you know, going, and figure out what I'm gonna do with my life within the next 24 hours. I kind of just want to say forget it. My son, he doesn't have school tomorrow, so I kind of want to just like brush everything off except for my hair appointment, and like go to the movies, because I still have not been to the movies. So that's that. I don't know. I'm trying to be organized and be diligent, but I have a lot of moments where I'll be like, you know what, forget this, I'll do that next time. Life be lifing, y'all, and I try not to be so hard on myself and try to be realistic and say, listen, you're gonna have those moments. You're gonna have those moments where, you know, it is what it is. You're gonna have those moments, and I try not to be hard. I'm not a perfectionist, but I do like to consider myself to be an organized, you know, well-groomed kind of person, and I don't give myself enough grace. And I don't give myself enough grace to understand, listen, you're not going to be groomed all the time. You're not going to be organized all the time. You're not going to be able to follow your planner and what you laid out for the week all the time. But then I also tell myself, okay, now don't get too relaxed, girl, because you got to be consistent. The only way for you to be successful is for you to be consistent. So I don't know, y'all, pray for me. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's not anything that I can't handle. It's just, your girl need a break. I need a success break. Hello, somebody. I need a success break, okay? A success break is you finally breaking from struggling or worrying about things financially and finally being successful and accomplishing those goals and meeting those goals that you've been setting out for years and years and was just never able to quite accomplish it. And you finally accomplished those goals and you are now successful. Now, it could be, success can be financially, success can be mental, success can be spiritual. Whatever goal that you have set for a long time that you were not able to accomplish and you finally have accomplished it is success. For me, that is financial, okay? And I need that financial success break because I'm tired of having to make choices. I mean, I know we gotta make choices in life, but you know, all my choices seem to be financial, and I'm just tired. I want to be able to pick and choose between something else other than finances, okay? Anyway, I you know what? And I try to say this too, okay? I try to say, listen, Simone, you have to be grateful. You have to thank God each and every day. He has taken you out of a position. These braces, just, I feel like I can't talk. He has taken you out of a position that you were in years ago and you were not happy. And so you have to be very grateful and very blessed that you are no longer in that situation. And, you know, things are slowly progressing and you just focus on the main and you focus on the importance of things. And continue to stay focused, you know, and just be grateful that you are not where you were 2 years ago. And let that be the leading thought of everything, right? So I try to understand that, and I try to, you know, let God know that I am grateful. I'm not being selfish. I am very appreciative of what He has done for me and my kids. And you know, not to sound like I'm ungrateful, because I am. I am grateful. So yeah. Anyway, I know I have talked y'all ears off long enough. This is gonna be the end of my vlog, y'all. I'm gonna go home, get something to eat, and probably do some computer work. I don't know. But I thank you guys so much for listening to my ramble. I appreciate you guys. And just some kind thoughts, prayers, and all that good stuff in the comment section would really help. And I will catch you guys on another video. Bye.